when you are within our lovely 5D collective, you are aware of true authority and how it is able to nurture being yourself, intelligence, delight, and universal love. Because true authority involves an integrated brain. So when we have integration, we have the left, the chit-chatter, the right, that's the nonverbal. And so thoughts, verbal, and emotions come together, and that's where our heart body, feminine, comes up through that right, the divine feminine, divine masculine, your mind, and then we have the masculine, the left, which is the verbal. It comes online at the 2 years of age. So spiritual self-help, mindful living lifestyle, and those who are here, mystics and not, we get to know that if life gives us, whatever life gives us, no matter what it gives us, that we can make something beautiful out of it. So can authority. And that is because that is what intelligence is. So mental and emotional intelligence involve the feminine and masculine of you harmonized. It's called your inner harmony. So you can say mind, body, heart, mind, body. It's all one and the same. And some people make it sound really fancy, but really what we want you here at IHP to remember is that you do emotions, not laundry. And so when you delight in yourself, you delight in others as well. When you delight in others, you know universal love. When you know we are all imperfect and flawed, but we are able to be with each other with functional adult communication and integrity, then you also know very strong ally. Okay, so out there in the lovely planet Earth, we are not afraid of authority because we know that true authority, again, has intelligence, and then we have those who navigate with shame and they don't have the same level of intelligence. So we leave it alone because when you meet people who have what is this, the more we avoid our fear by running from it or reacting to it, the stronger and more toxic it becomes. Tara Brach, or also this from Tara Brach. We get possessed by painful emotions and we aren't able to be at home in ourselves, so their feminine isn't their home. That's why masculines, they slow us down until they don't, because we realize they're not actual masculines. As long as you don't have your own feminine, you're not an actual masculine to an actual feminine, because we will have our own masculine. Why? Because I have a whole self. Maria right here. So I know inner and outer well-being. It's called healthy self-worth, and I empower myself to share with people with the love, acceptance, and as much as I can. They're not going to like my tone necessarily, but I have learned and keep learning physical mastery. That's that 3 layers that we get to empower ourselves and master, as I'm an Akashic record reader. So anybody who has clairs and is empowered with the enlightenment, soul, age, group, and vibration will know what I'm talking about. If they, on the other hand, have laundry, then they won't know what I'm talking about. So the ones with laundry, they have painful emotions. They don't seem to use their prefrontal cortex, mindful mindset or mindset living, so they don't know how to say, I just have emotions, so sometimes things happen, which is why, sure, yes, there can be always something going on. Fear, security, loneliness. I could have frustration, anxiety, anger, stress. Doesn't mean I'm going to make shit out of it. I actively can process the emotional stuff from my eustress. Restored embodiment, we do use stress because we use an integrated brain. That's why mindfulness practices daily help you, and mindset and mindsight. So it means you have emotions, Zen master. So it's important to understand, as Tara Brach shares, that fear is nature's protector. It's necessary for survival. We're wired to remember things that go wrong and fixate on things where there might be trouble. So when I get into my panic attacks, for example, I don't crap on Maria. And I'll be like, Maria, you're so awful. It's so frustrating. Oh, you have laundry. No, I just know that it's going to pass. And actively, I know smart neuroscientists who share with us how enlightenment is possible and is going with the flow possible too. It's not supernatural. So raise your hand. You can come on over and do more of it. So the 5D collective again. When we hear people saying, no, Maria, true authority is fear-mongering, shaming, horrible, we know that they're from the medieval times. We thank them for their time, and we allow those masculines to go so they don't slow us down. When we meet people who are negative and they give us a problem for every solution, especially online entrepreneurs, raise your hand. We're leaving. I want intelligence, not in whatever that is. So regurgitation of material, you will only need so much of it. And really, we don't like it. We like the intelligent masculine who doesn't regurgitate to us information, but they actively participate and share with us data points. So digital and analogical, verbal and emotional, they all work together. So thoughts, emotions, left and right. Okay, so again, an alliance of feminine and masculine is created when you become aware of all of you and pursue heart, body, mind, inner harmony. So your harmonized feminine and masculine are the heart, body, mind communication, and those are what take place with daily mindful mindset practices as you bring yourself forth in life, as you are to others in relationships and actively in what you're building in your career and what's so on and so forth. Yes, so you do know when life sends you mysteries and surprise, you're like, shit, I got it, rock on. And authority knows how to do that too. So they are actively self-aware, accountable, and regulating. The true authority people. It's called consciousness brains. So we know who they are. They will talk to you about expanding consciousness, about your human goodness. They will talk to you about if you are unkind, how good therapy can help you to get out of that. If there's suffering, how good therapy can help you get out of that. They will also ensure that you understand with good neuroscience, good mental health, why mindfulness and mindset might not be, no, mindset is typically ideal. That's the way you use the brain, but your body will want to first expand that window tolerance. So smart educators and smart human beings are updated with good information so that you can understand why the capacity to grow from mysteries and unknowns of life and people and what they bring. So even if you get slapped from the behind from anyone, oh no, I did it again, I played. So when people play with hearts, that's why we don't have sagas with our twin flames or soulmates. Actively, I'm a choice point and you're a choice point. I chose my choice point a long time ago. I'm Maria, what's your name? I don't change who I am. I am who I am. You don't have to like me. I delight in me just the way I am. And if you tell me to change, well, I mean, authority, again, true authority, we go vote, we do that law stuff. So the reality is I know who true authority is, and I don't even look at them as authority. I look at them as empowered people. And so they have roots. Their roots actively don't ever break. That's why they don't have huge tower moments. So when you're aligned with pure consciousness, God, love, life, Holy Spirit, all that stuff that I learned when I was a teenager. When you're aligned, you don't have surprises that can actively break you. Faith is unbreakable. True faith, not the one that they use just fancy words and fancy suits to get on screen and talk about, discuss contempt, shame, or wedding bells that won't ever happen because of, fucking objects and stuff like that and people. And I'm just thinking about the lovely Peter Pans with their lost boys, lost girls, as they think they actively represent. Meantime, their dead eyes tell me about their flight, fight, and armored in shame cycle bit. And yet they don't think they need therapy, and they do think they're intelligence. Meantime, the 4D thinks that there's reptilian aliens from the sky coming to get us, and that one's even more funny. They also actively call 5D names like Luciferian because they don't like people who actively are independent, because they want codependent people who submit to each other. They don't like differentiated self. See, when you have differentiated 3-year-olds, we use words however we like. So some people are like, that's why we have flat earthers. No, we have flat earthers because they actively don't trust the scientists. And we actively have scientists who want to use AI to disprove reality. So really, spirituality isn't that bad of a deal, because mystics and science is the true ones. We come together. That's where we are at, the 5D collective. We have fun. So we have roots that you can surprise us and try to pull. It's kind of like, I won't use that one, but that one would be a good one. I won't say it because I know that how that could get used. But whether you're taken by surprise or not, whether it's good or bad, true authority knows how to use, whether spiritual or mindful, loving and living, their brain to take a look at what's going on. Their roots won't be grabbed from the earth, so they will regrow, and they will be just as before, if not more, because again, when you have a solid foundation, so those first 3 years of life, you have secure attachment, or you have old self, and then you maintain the alignment with Purusha, Prakriti, Purusha, pure consciousness, unconditional love. Jesus and God taught me that one. Prakriti, pure energy. My 3-year-old, she didn't have a broken heart. So when you know earned secure attachment, or you have it, then you'll know how it is to be here. And as you move into your different embodied light bodies and rainbow bodies, you'll know when you get to enlightenment, so A trip 2. If you need any guidance, I do one-to-one mentorship. Masterclass is going to be coming out at some point. There's a limited number, so you can write me to get that spot, and we'll have some spiritual retreats as we build our community of the 5D collective. So for people who have roots that are not solid and they break, the self-awareness and accountability and regulation skills that come through mindfulness, mindset, and mindset practices, thanks to you choosing to be yourself and self-aware, accountable, and regulating, okay? That is what's going to keep you steady and able to create and bring forth new roots without losing yourself or your authenticity. So you don't do self-doubt, self-criticism, any of that. That's a lot of waste of time. That's why masculine is not someone that we will be around unless they're true masculine. So when we have expanding piece of consciousness for the true feminine, then we have true masculine, like true authority. It is definitely going to be wise, powerful, directed, realized, receptive, and loving. They know how to walk always. Walking a straight line is how you build. Walking a crooked line, the person without a sense of self doesn't build until they actively claim the life they are, the emotional, mental plane. That's why masculine, feminine, inner harmony is for every person out there. When you meet a human being, it's only if they're living and loving mindfully and spiritually, and or one or the two, that they will be an active embodiment of their energetic spectrum. And so again, 5D collective, we experience maximum frequency of feminine and masculine because they're harmonized. It's called my own heart, my own body, Maria's whole 3-year-old differentiated self, and my own mind and my own subjective thoughts of feeling, all of it, and I share it with you with my ventral vagal state. And so when you and I are communicating, I'm invigorized and energized or invigorated energy. You're going to see a person. If you begin to get whatever, I'm going to recalibrate. But let's talk about being around the ones who are integrated, their brain, restored embodiment. So those are active, empowered, intelligent human beings. And that's who we're going to be around. True authority likes to be around true authority because, that's there's a sentence. Those who match frequency hang out. So something like that. We love to love, we love to live, and we love to support the future. And our future is definitely going to keep moving forward as a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group, I know. Although I don't share those aspects. I love when I see my 4D compadres, I think is the word, my brothers and sisters saying, see, I told you what was going to happen. Told you. So every so many years. So right now there are some things happening. What's beautiful is what I know is happening. So what is a secret is staying a secret, because feminines know one thing about masculines. Until they are an active feminine, they don't know Jesus or unconditional love or forgiveness. So we like to keep our own, you know how they have a secret sauce? Yeah, so there's some things we don't ever share really unless we want to. If we want to, it's because we can, but that also means usually we've uncovered something more. So every year, as a feminine, what I can tell you is there's no shit show with our oversoul. There's emotions, that's a different story. And you will always know, I know I'm going to get out to that other side, and I know once I'm out, it's going to be amazing. And then there's going to continue to, this little mosquito, be amazing. So it's fun. It's fun to love more, to be more blissful, and to let you all in on the fun fact that the ones who are suffering for their twin flame or twin flames don't know how to be their self. They actively didn't choose their self. They don't even know how to love themselves first. Is why they have a story so that they can prance around feeling special. The sad thing is that they're special just the way they are. But being ordinarily humans, it's not something that their ego and the left likes to hear. And that's because their self is not tended to completely. So their teenage is leading the way. They think it's a higher self. It's not yet. They can move into their higher self in the 5D collective if they want. They don't have to, again. It's not a must. At the same time, everybody's going to be learning to vibe at that frequency. So there's other soul age groups as well. Join us if you're so inclined to be around blissful, delightful, and happy people. And we do know what's going on out there. But like the Dalai Lama shares with this human being who has the audacity to say, how dare you smile in the face of all this suffering? And he says, well, I don't know how he told it to him, but that's the face I'm imagining, because you got a Dalai Lama, he's smiling, and you actively say something like that. The Dalai Lama says, we're here with the responsibility. No, I don't remember exactly how he says it, but some of us like to share laughter and love, and actively the responsibility part, a feminine knows what it means. Some people got the short end of the stick, so they keep that dark matter, dark energy balance. It's unfortunate because they can consistently choose. That's the part why a feminine won't give away that secret, because there's always hope for tomorrow. There's always hope for life. And there's really great therapists that are out there doing their best to let people know how they can heal from trauma and from shame and completely get out of torture chamber stuff in their body. And I am loving that they're out there. So for us, we do mindful self-help, spiritual self-help. We do what comes after you have claimed yourself, because otherwise you can't be yourself. So when people say, why would I want to be myself? Well, I have answers for you, but I don't know if you want to hear them. If you do choose yourself, then you will want. You say, yeah, I want all my inner child parts, and I'll say, okay, where are we at? Do we need therapy with us or not? So that's actively very important, the mental health part of it, that you have a window welcome to your emotions, and then when you're ready, mindfulness, mindset practices daily and frequently, they will see results. You will see results. So when people don't find results, it's because they actively still have suffering, and it's an in-depth process to move all those child parts and you claiming the narrative relational core self, the solo self all together. So not just one. It's called integration. You integrating your child parts is number one, and that's why some people like to call 5D, again, bad psychologists. They actively discredit, discount, minimize. They minimize your human being journey because it's something they don't want to do. The therapists explain it. The 16-year-old is spiting. And really it's because at the end of the day, the will to heal comes from the person. So if you don't actively think it's important to feel more, and you have a Zen master with laundry, you got people who say people are fucked up. You got plenty of options, which is why masculines, they get to go get distracted. Feminines, we don't get distracted. We're always on point. That's why don't slow us down, masculines. And they don't actively. We learn how to recognize who are the masculines. They keep up. The feminines say, okay, cool, let's have fun. And they know true authority. It's love. So any masculine or feminine knows that love is the way, not fear, not fear-mongering. Fear exists to protect us. That's a whole different story. And we don't use stories about the whole Lucifer, devils, demons. We have sciences. They actively share with us how we can support all of people who want to heal their shame, blame, fault, revenge cycles to get there. And so to get out of childhood wounds and all that. So tune in for more, and I hope you enjoy your lovely day. If you do know somebody who enjoys spiritual self-help, mindful living, and daily practices, send them our way. Once we have membership content, besides masterclass and one-to-one and spiritual retreats, we're going to have stuff like that on YouTube. And we also do have an audio version of the podcast that's on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, you name it. So thank you for stopping by. Have a good one.